Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Anne and I am coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Anne. Today we're going to be doing the letter I in the ABC April 2025 challenge. So here's what I've come up with for I. I have a spelling error, so we're going to ignore that. But anyways, we're going to be using index cards. We are going to be using those as inserts. We are going to be doing things that are iridized. We're going to be using ink. We're going to be using the Iron Cross Blister Beetle. I spelled beetle wrong. The Ironclad Beetle. You're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is part of the ABC, hashtag ABC April 2025, hashtag Chris-Anne. So that's what we're going to be doing today. You're going to craft along with me. I have not made a demo piece, so we're going to be crafting along with me as we make these fun index card inserts. Okay, so here we go. So I went the other day with my son, and I'm going to be doing a haul, but this is going to be part of what's going to be in that haul. We went to a whole bunch of like secondhand shops, recycling centers. So preemptively, I am using this awesome beetle book. Look at that. Look at that. If it wasn't even for the beetles, this paper, front and back, caught my eye. We're not using that in this project, as much as it kills me. We are going to be using the Iron Cross Blister Beetle. We're going to be using these beetles too. And then the Ironclad Beetle. So I am just going to gingerly rip these out of the book. I didn't even cut the threads because I do want to do my haul video with this book. Act surprised when you see it in the haul video. Like, oh, haven't seen that before. Look at these incredible pictures. I'm not whacked about that one, but there are just incredible pictures in this book. Not whacked about that one, but I like the others. I mean, just vibrant and bright, and unfortunately we're going to be cutting from this side, so we're going to lose this one, which I love, but that's okay. That is okay. So we're going to be using these. We're going to be fussy cutting those out, and then in other videos quite a few months back, I have showed how I decorate some index cards, and I am planning to do some in the future as well. So these are sprays, they're inks, it's the Distress Oxides. Some of these are leftover dye from tie-dyeing t-shirts and whatever. I did like t-shirts and pillowcases, and I might do a video on that too. So I have all of these colorful, gorgeous index cards. So let's get cracking and use them. And I'm going to leave this white paper here to hopefully cut down on the glare. But before we get started, let's cut out some beetles. And some of them I want to see, like I said, if I can keep, like, I guess we'll keep this one intact. So let's, I'm just gonna do like this. And I also have some stencils that we're going to be using, and I have some stickers. I have a whole bunch, this stuff, stamps, the usual array of things to use. the regular tools within our toolbox that we have for decorating. My goodness, I've seen my numbers climbing. Thank you so much for the people that are returning and for the new people. that are here. I really appreciate it. I'm really, really, really working on getting my numbers up. I want to do lives, and I'd love to monetize my channel. I post a video every single day, and I have been for quite a few months, and I have no intention of stopping doing that because I'm having a blast doing it. I do a whole different sorts of videos. There. So that's the ironclad beetle. I better keep this over here so I remember which one is which. Okay, good. I'm still going to use these in different projects. I kind of like this rose Schaefer beetle. So let's put that one out. And then I'm going to put this over here because I'm going to use some of those in other, projects. And I'm just doing sort of a general fussy cut. These are my spring-loaded scissors, and it just makes fussy cutting so much easier. I'm sure you know. And then I have this other paper here, and this has some really fun ones on it. So I definitely want to use these. We'll probably save this one for another project. In all honesty, I don't even think I'm going to use that one. I'll use the back. Okay, there's still two to use for another time. Cassie Rose is in here, so you're probably going to hear her. I put a new collar on her. It has like a really pink, floofy rose with bling, and it's very precious. I am not into pink. If you've watched me before, you know I'm not a pink person. She is very much pink in color looking. Like pink looks really good on her. But in all honesty, she'd rather be rolling around in the mud than wearing a pretty pink tutu or something. Yes, I'm talking about my Chihuahua. I used to put like little dresses on her. She wants a new part of that now. None. Can't imagine why. Ugh. And she looks so cute in them too. I mean, she's just very precious looking. So anyways, I put this new collar on her. I got it on Temu, of course. It looks adorable. She wants no part of it. It has like this big... I took some pictures. I'll probably post some pictures on like Instagram or something tomorrow. I didn't get very good pictures because she was having none of it. But it has like this huge pink rose with like rhinestones in the middle, and then the collar itself is pink with rhinestones all over that. And I made sure it wasn't a choking hazard and things like that for her. It seems pretty good actually for being a Temu thing. It's pretty darn good. I'm impressed, frankly. Okay, definitely want this one, but you know what? Let's just go through and do quick little fussy cuts on these because I want to get cracking on making the other stuff. We're not going to be so particular. Actually, let's just... Oh, we definitely want the stink beetle. That one we have to have. So I was going to take this collar off her before she went to bed and put her old grungy collar on her. But I thought, oh, I better get her used to it. She'll probably go roll in mud tomorrow just to, like, look at me, roll in the mud just to spite me. Typical. She acts like a puppy. She's 9, which I know Chihuahuas live well into their 20s, and I had one that lived into his 20s. And then I had one that didn't. It's very sad. And I'm kind of hoping she'll be with us for quite a while. My son is very attached to her. And she's very protective of him. It's very cute. Okay. I know there's one more beetle left. I'll just... What's on the back? Oh, no. I'll just kind of... do a general thing here. This one's not coming out very well, but there, that's fine. I'm good with that. Okay, let's get rid of this. Now, I have, let me put this all together over here. I have these really cool stencils. What are these beetle stencils? I'm into bugs. I mean, I like bugs. I like beetles. I love the Disney movie. It's tough to be a bug. Like, the ride, well, it's not a ride. The sort of movie thing in Disney is awesome. If you've seen it, it's cool. So, probably going to use this horned one, because I like him. This was a great big stencil, and I cut it down and then put the binding ring on it. And then I have my Lavinia stamp one. And I want to stencil on this side and decorate on this side. Now, in all honesty, I'm probably going to be covering some of this up. Let me grab some stencil brushes. We're going to grab a blue. We're going to grab, no, I want to grab my turquoise. Turquoise, a yellow. Where's my bigger yellow? My orange. My purple. Here's my red and my bigger yellow. So let me put my little yellow away. And then, did I get my green? This is my green. All right. We are just going to add different color. There's my hair again. I don't know if there's enough green on this one. No, there really isn't. We'll do some yellow. And we'll do a tinge of red over that yellow. And we'll do a tinge of red over the whole thing. Ooh, I like that. How cool. There's my beetle. So let's go through and stencil a bunch of these. I am decorating the non-lined side of my index card. I'll do this one. Just try to get all different ones. So whoops, that one moved. That's all right. Let me just do a base of yellow. These are moving on me. Okay, let's just do a base of yellow down. Come in and highlight with a little bit of red. A little bit of purple. I don't know if I have much ink on this turquoise. A little bit. And we'll do some blue on these legs. That's so cool. I am loving these. Hope you are too. Okay, let's see. We haven't used this one yet. Let's see if I have enough. Did I test the orange? I think I did. Yeah, no, I need to add ink to that. Let's do some more yellow on this one, like I did the other one. Some blue and some purple. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to make my video on my sort of excursion haul. Nice. I need to add some more ink to some of these brushes. So yesterday, my son and I went all over looking for a suit. That was a disaster. I got him a suit jacket a long time ago, and I was in, well, like a couple months ago, I was in hopes that I could just find some pants to coordinate with it. Well, that has been getting me nowhere quick. So, unbeknownst to me, we were at the Salvation Army the other day, and they were having a customer appreciation day. So almost everything in the store was half off. And I'm like, get your little tokus over here and start trying on some suits. And he wasn't overly thrilled. Because nothing was fitting him. Nothing. And I mean, he must have tried on like a dozen. You know, I pulled the jackets and I said, just try the jacket. If the jacket fits, then we're going to go try the pants. Seems reasonable to me. What do I know? I mean, he was good for like all the suit jackets. He was good for all the suit jackets. It was when we got to the pants that it was just, I was losing him. You know, if you're not into clothes, and he is not, I get it, you know, I get it. I don't like trying on clothes either. Nothing fits me. I'm not into clothes. I much rather art supplies. And, you know, I was losing them quick. So we just were not having luck. And we've been doing this for months. For months, we've been going to the different secondhand stores, trying to get him a suit, going nowhere quick. So he finally said to me, I'm done. I'm done going to the secondhand stores. Can we go to a real store? Go figure, that novelty. Can we go to a real store and get a suit? I'm like, okay. He says, JCPenney's is going out of business. Let's go to JCPenney's. So if you're not from the United States, JCPenney's is a department store here in the States that we've had for years and years and years and years, decades. Everybody says, go to Penny's, go to Penny's. You know, Black Friday, Penny's always had really good sales. Like when he was a baby, I used to get a lot of different pajamas and, you know, things like that. They sell clothes, they sell some appliances, they sell like luggage and name brand kind of stuff. He says, let's just go to Penny's. They're going out of business. Everything was 40 to 60% off. So I was like, okay. Because it is 40 to 60% off, I will go to Penny's. Well, the suits were 40% off. They were gorgeous suits. Gorgeous. I was having sticker shock. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. $300 suit he picks. I am cheap on clothes for him because he has Crohn's and his weight goes up and down, up and down, up and down. I have a beautiful suit that he wore to the prom last year. Yes, I got it secondhand. But it no longer fits him because he lost 30 pounds. So that suit is useless. I'm still holding on to it because his weight fluctuates so much. So, you know, there may be a day, if he goes back on certain meds, his weight will go right up again. So he says, let's go to Penny's. I'll try on some suits there. I said, all right, that is fair. You have given it the old college try looking at these suits. So we went. Of course you found a $300 suit that fit him. Of course you found a $300 suit that looked fantastic on him. $300 suit. $300 suit. It was 40% off. So it was $180. Okay. And you buy the pieces separate. You know, combined, it was $180. You buy the jacket and you buy the pants. And luckily there was a man there in the department who was working there. Poor guy's been there forever and now he's losing his job. I felt so bad for him. But he was super helpful and he's like, listen, this is the last one of the suit jacket. It wasn't like we could go and think about it. In all honesty, it was kind of buy it now sort of thing. I want to do a little bit of some of this in the background, which I should probably take the others out from underneath. So anyways, he ended up getting his $180 suit. That just barely shows. Let me add more ink to this. So he looks fantastic in his suit, I have to say. As we say in New England, he looks wicked sharp. Wicked sharp. He looks very handsome. It looked very tailored to him. It was not a tailored suit, but it did look tailored to him. He was so proud of that suit. And I thought, you know what? This kid doesn't get a lot. Like, I buy him a lot of things at the secondhand stores because of his weight. Not anything against him, but he knows. That's the deal. Because his weight goes up and down, up and down. I'm not somebody that cares what your labels are. Never have been, never will be. So he wanted the suit. I was like, all right, fine. We'll get the suit. Looked good in it. You know what? I think I'm just going to do a portion of this stencil. Yep. I think this is going to need a lot more ink. So he's got his suit. At the Salvation Army, I did find 2 short sleeve dress shirts for him. A blue one and a white one. He's covered on shirts and those were half price. So I was super excited about that. He has a tie from before that he says he's more than happy to wear again. Okay, I'm happy with that. And he has shoes from last year. So I don't have to buy shoes again. So that's good. And he can be picky on shoes because his feet are a little funky. There. There's that one. So I think mission accomplished. If I have to say, I think he has good taste in suits, clearly. And he looked handsome. And this will last him, depending on what his weight is, but this will last him for life. He says, I'm gonna go to the prom in this suit. He says, I'm gonna graduate in this suit. He says, maybe I'll even get married in this suit. I said, maybe you will, you never know. I said, well, that's cool. As long as he likes it and he's happy. I don't mind spending money on him. He is, not a spendthrift when it comes to stuff like that. And there are times that he looks at price tags and says, okay, let's go to the Goodwill. I'm like, yep, I agree. He does think some things are frivolous. I mean, he'd rather put his money into his car, which I get it. We all have our passions. So that's his. And he does the work himself on his car. So he's not paying a fortune for that either. There. Just going to do a little bit. And then this is the last one. See how much I have on the red. So he's very relieved that he has a suit because he got really sick of looking for suits quick, I think. Oh yeah, there's the red. Now, we're going to decorate these even further, but let me get some of this stuff off my desk. I have my cup right here where my brushes go. I'm trying to put everything away. I have my shelf right here where my inks go. So we're going to put those away. Put that stencil up there. These index cards we don't need. But, let's see, we'll put these over here. And hang my stencils back up. Now, oops, I have, where did I put it? It's sort of iridized fabric. It's all stringy. I thought, oh, that's pretty. Just got this from Michaels, so I'm preemptively posting some of my haul. I like the torn edge, but it's very stringy. Just gonna kind of put those over there. I'm gonna do a couple of these. It's tough. I think I probably should just cut some. It's all fraying anyways. So today we went out to eat for an early birthday for me. And we went to my son and I's favorite restaurant. I've talked about this before. It's a Japanese, all you care to eat, sushi, sashimi. It was delicious. My son wanted to bring his girlfriend, so we did that, and that was nice. Actually, all these little threads and fibers look so pretty on this. Oh, I have something else. Let's see where I put it. Here it is. That's iridized. So I have my Color Shift paints, and I want to do this on some of them. So this is acrylic paint that is Color Shift by Folk Art. Just kind of want to add a little bit. Adding just a little bit here and there. Mostly on the edge and corners. And I'm not going to do this to all of them, but I am going to do it here and there to some. And when the light hits it right, oh, I never turned on my other light. Oh. Here, hold on. There. Goodness. Now you can see things. So when the light hits this right, It kind of shimmers pretty. Right. Let me do a little bit of this one. This one is the green flash and the blue flash. I'm kind of putting it on and then wiping it off. And then I'm going to wipe my finger on some of these. So I get double colors on some of those. This one has a lot of gold that really shows up. I like to do all the different layers and give it as much visual texture that I possibly can. There. Two more. And this is acrylic paint. And I get this one at Hobby Lobby. I think I've seen it at Michael's too, but I do get it at Hobby Lobby. It's by Folk Art. I use it in a lot of projects. Spoiler alert, I just got some off the clearance aisle at Hobby Lobby today. So I'm going to be doing some of that in a haul video soon. I'm having fun with this ABC challenge. I was telling a friend of mine, she's very artistic as well. And I was telling her what I'm doing. She watches some of my videos, but not all of my videos. And she started helping me come up with ideas for the different letters. I was telling her about some of my ideas that I have like ahead of time. Yeah, I'm just going to be covered in paint for this video. So she was like, oh, and you can do this for this and this. I'm like, oh, those are good ideas. So I have ideas for future things because I'm having fun. Now I'm switching to the entomology stamps. I'm not going to bring it over here because it's in my book. And I have the writing. One of those beetles. And we're going to go with these three beetles. And the writing. And my ink is right here. Let me get all these little guys over there. All the threads are all over my desk. So on the back, I have the red line at the top here. So most of the beetles, if not all of them, I think I have going off to the right. There. I am going to stamp off, do a second generation stamping. Let's see if we can do a third generation. Ooh. That looks really pretty, especially over the paint, which is what I wanted. And yep, let me ink this up again. And I'm just using the VersaFine Clair Nocturne to stamp this. Nice. And, oh, you know what? I only have one left. So let me just kind of squish all the ink off this one. Oh, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I'm happy with that. All right, let me put this one away because we are done with that one. Oh, I gotta clean it. Hold on. Hold on. And like I said, that's the Tim Holtz Entomology. Okay, next. I want a stamping block. Hold on. Let me clean my block here. Some of this is stained on the block. Okay. And these I want nice and dark. I love to have different layers and visual textures. I just think it's kind of cool. See how cool it looks over the paint? I think it looks really neat over the paint. I like the colors in this one. I like color. I like bright colors. Oh, I never stamped this one with the words. Oh well, that's all right. There. Clean off this block. And let's go to this one next. I want to see if I can get 3 beetle stamps on each one. Just don't say Beetlejuice 3 times. I always need journaling card inserts in all of my journals. Now I am working on a mushroom fairy journal, but I have a lot of flowers and bugs in that journal. These will fit in very nicely. There. Okay. Clean off that stamp. last but not least, that one. My hair's getting in my face. And I pinned it back. I like that. I'll go a little slower to show you at the end the finished product. And I was hoping this weekend to get outside and do some artwork on my desk, outside my deck. They are calling for a possibility of more snow. Definitely rain, but possibility of snow. What are these people thinking? Like, come on. Yeah, I like the writing. Oh well, that's okay. All right, so we're done with this. Put that stamp away. So anyways, I am not looking forward to that. Next thing I want to do, and I am using the art glitter glue, is now some of these I might be cutting down. All right, so I want to put some glue on the back of my beetles and then put that on my iridized fabric. Just so you know, fabric is 40% off at Hobby Lobby right now. They don't have like a huge selection of fabric, but I can tell you, their fabrics were a heck of a lot cheaper than Joann's. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna miss Joann's. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of the stuff that I was buying at Joann's was like $10.99 a yard. This was, I think it was $5.99 a yard, and I paid like $3.50 or something like that. And there was a big, huge line. People were waiting. This poor lady got called from somewhere else to come and help the fabric people. And the lady who was first in line let me go first because I only had this fabric. And this piece fell off the bolt, and it was more than a yard. And I said, well, I'd like a yard. She says, well, this is a yard. Here you go. I said, oh, okay. You know, I wanted to ink these, and I never did. I didn't ink that last one, but I do want to ink this one. So I got some fabric, a little extra. I mean, I think it was like $1.25 yards. I mean, it wasn't like a huge amount extra, but this lady was having none of it because now she had a big, huge line. And this piece just fell right off, and she's like, there you go. It's a yard. Okay. Thank you. I lucked out. I was very, very, very happy. And the lady was like, what are you going to do with that? Like, well, I make journals and jewelry and all that stuff. So I'm going to cut it up into little pieces. And I said, it's cheaper than buying ribbon. And she's like, yeah, you're right. It is cheaper than buying ribbon. So I'm going to cut it into ribbon. I mean, this is kind of cutting it up into ribbon. I'm actually planning to actually cut it into ribbon. Oh, where's my pin? Glue. Glued up the nozzle already. So let me try and clear it. So anyways, everybody was buying fabric because it was 40% off. I mean, it was a really good deal. And they had nice fabrics. Not the selection that Joann's has, or had. Take your pick. This one's covering up all my stencil and everything, which I don't like, but it is what it is. So anyways, I was pleasantly surprised with what Hobby Lobby had, because I have a store called Martin's in the state of Maine, and it's like a surplus store, and they do sell fabric, and I am assuming they will get some of the surplus from Joann's. I mean, that's just a guess. I mean, there are surplus stores everywhere. So maybe some in your area will get some stuff from Joann's. Just a guess, not definitive. Don't take my word for it. Let's do this guy. Sorry to see Joann's go. They, as a store, like going in and seeing it, they had the best selection of the Tim Holtz things. I am going to miss that, especially. It was nice, their selection of fabrics. I didn't utilize that as much as I did the Tim Holtz stuff. And now Michael's has a horrible selection of the Ranger products. It's like inks and some sprays, not a lot. It's kind of pathetic, frankly. I miss them having the peepers, the die cuts, and Hobby Lobby just dwindled down their selection of the Tim Holtz Ranger products. It's kind of very pathetic what they have. I'm not happy with it at all. But I can go online. That is something I am capable of. I just like to see it in person. I mean, I do watch the Tim Holtz videos. Not all the time. Not all of them. It is too dangerous. I love them that there's a lot of great ideas, but I watch and then it's like I want everything. And it's like, just take my money. Just take it. Luckily, I limit myself to the vintage, general vintage, and the Halloween. I don't get into the Christmas stuff. I have very, very, very limited Christmas stuff that I've been purchasing lately. So mostly I stick to like the paper dolls and some of that vintagey die cut kind of stuff. Well, of course, the inks and the sprays, all the oxide products. I am a very big fan. I'm going to do something with these. You'll see in another video. I don't know what yet. But yeah, so there's going to be really nowhere that's going to have a selection of a lot of the Tim Holtz kind of products. But we will make do. Not like we can't make a lot of this stuff ourselves. But Tim Holtz certainly has a good product. So it's not gluing down. I will miss Joann's, I have to say. There. All right, let's hope those stay stuck. This is going to be a long video. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but I got a little overzealous in making these. I'm going to make them until I'm done the cutout beetles. Once I've used all the cutout beetles, then I'm going to stop. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in total. This is a little one. There, and I'm just picking at the fibers. And I have a pile of these fibers right here. I mean, they're really pretty. It's hard to see. Well, maybe you can see the iridized. I mean, I know you can see my fingers. The paint on me. And all over these. Kind of globbing on the paint. I mean, the ink. No, the glue. More than I normally would. Because I need it to go through the fabric. There's that one. These have a really pretty shimmer to them. And since this is a little one, I'm just going to go like that. Just ink the whole thing up. So we went to a different Hobby Lobby today, one that was over near the restaurant. The restaurant's almost an hour and a half away each way from our house. So we saw there was a Hobby Lobby there, and my son had told me he was going to take me to Hobby Lobby today as well. I didn't know if we were going to actually go. Depends on how everybody felt. So I didn't really get my hopes up too much. But I found that there was a Hobby Lobby in that town. And I don't believe I've ever been to that Hobby Lobby. So I said, hey, let's go to that Hobby Lobby. It's a new, for me, it was a new Hobby Lobby. It wasn't a new Hobby Lobby. I didn't like it. I like there are 2 Hobby Lobbies that I typically go to. Oh, you know what? I only have 2 index cards left, and I have 3 bugs. So one of these is going to get 2 bugs. So anyways, I went to this other Hobby Lobby. I didn't like it. It was smaller. I don't know. It was set up opposite in reverse of the other 2 that I go to. And I think that kind of set me off right there. I don't know. It seemed like darker and more closed in, and I don't know. I wasn't a fan. It wasn't like it was bad or anything. You know, you just get in your rut with the stuff that you're used to and you like, and that's kind of what it was. I got some good deals. You know, you always find good deals, you know, that's never a problem. Let's use these 2. I mean, everybody seemed nice. Wasn't that? They had a ton of registers open, which, heck, you don't get that anywhere. I got a lot of things that were on the clearance sale that was going on, and the poor kid that was ringing me up, he had to write each and every one of them down. I said, are you writing all of those down? He says, yeah, I have to. I says, well, I hate to tell you, but I have a whole bunch of things that are marked down. And the poor thing, his face fell. I said, do you want me to help you? Like, write them or something? Like, it was becoming a challenge for him. I mean, I could understand. I mean, that was a pain in the butt. He's like, no, I have it. I'm all set. It's okay. So let's do this one. So anyways, I felt bad for the poor kid. He was just doing his job. And he was doing it, you know? But I offered to help. There is that one with the two little ones. I haven't had that before in the other Hobby Lobbies. Because I do regularly buy the clearance stuff. And there's that one. Okay, next thing. I have a whole bunch of whale tails. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to put all of them right in the center. Because I have whale tails and I have tabs. You know what? I'll put that there. And some of these I'm going to decorate and some of them I'm not going to decorate. This one I don't think I'm going to decorate because I kind of like the words on it. When I have little bits of paper left, I sit there with my punches and punch them all out and make containers of stuff. It's easier for me to just pull a container of my already punched out stuff than it is for me to get the punch and do it. So this is going to be a journaling spot and it's going to be an insert. I will make pockets and tuck spots and all those types of things in another video, but this is insertable for a pocket, etc. And these aren't sticking down super great, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep pushing them down. Okay, so I have this bucket. I tend to like the word ones. This one, there's pinks. You know what? I think I'm going to use that. I don't do a lot of pinks, but I'm trying to branch out. And this one has pretty flowers on it. So I'm just going to leave that one as is. As well. I probably am just going to leave all of them as is and just decorate them when I go to put it in the actual journal. There. Okay. I don't know. It's a little contrasting. Let's use this one. It has a little more blue in it. This is wallpaper. So this is much thicker, much more substantial feeling. It has a coating on it that sometimes the ink sticks and sometimes the ink doesn't stick. Now I hope, well, I am going to post this on the day that it is supposed to get posted on, but I have to tell you, some of my videos have been taking 5 and 6 hours to post. Like, what is up with YouTube? And the other day, I just lost internet. I'm telling you, we lose power and internet here monthly because I have started to keep track of it. It really annoys me. You know, I'm paying a premium and it's pointless. Absolutely pointless. But what can I do? Nothing. I want to try and get this under the fabric if possible. Yep, there we go. That one. This one, I think I'm going to do a side tuck. Or side pull, whatever we want to call it. I'm putting the thing on the side. That's what I'm doing. I'll decorate that with die cuts when I go to put it in the journal. There. Okay. Let's do another side one. I'm not sure this ink really shows up on this wallpaper, but we will do it. Sometimes it comes off. There. Cute. I have 2 left. Ooh, that one's curling. Come on, stay down there. That one's curling too. I'll probably have to re-glue the little bugs on the fabric. Or maybe I'll come in with hot glue need be. Not a big deal to me. Do a tab pull on these. Oh, let me do the back. These are bright and colorful and layered and all that fun stuff that I love. I just pull that up till I get it in the spot that I want it in. Not exactly centered, but I'm good with it. Chances are I'll probably come in and do some like gems and stuff on the tab or the whale tail, but for now, because this video is getting really long, I am going to leave this as is. And this, I think, is going to be our last one. All right, let me put this away. Okay. And let's go through. I'm just double checking. I think I got them all. Yep, I think I got them all. Okay, let's go through and let's look at what we have. So we have that one. You can see all the stenciling in the background and all the stamping. And then journal. This one I didn't ink around it, but that's okay. It's okay to have different ones. I love the colors in these. And I think that pop of that iridized paint, the color shift paint, really adds to the pop. I hope it's the wow factor. And I love all the bugs. My mom's not into the bug stuff, but I am. Bugs and skulls. Love my skull stuff too. I'm an Aries. We're a little weird. I collect crystal skulls, but I collect the life-size ones, the big ones. I mean, I have the little tiny ones, but I have the big ones too. I like the big ones. I have a whole bunch of crystal skulls over there. I have shown them in other videos from a long time ago. I might do it again in the future. So, wow, how many did we get made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Now, where did I put my list? I have no idea where my list went. Well, we're just going to say that I got everything on my list. I have no idea. But these are going to be inserts. Oh, here's my list. Okay, index cards. Check. Inserts. It's going to be an insert, especially because you have the tab on it. Iridized. Check. Got this iridized, and we got the paint iridized. Ink. Check. I stamped. The Iron Cross Blister Beetle. Check. Ironclad Beetle. Check. I got all my I's. My I's dotted and my T's crossed. So cool. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my numbers way up. I would appreciate it. Check out my website. I have a deck of oracle cards that I have created that it's available for pre-order right now. So check that out. My website is linked in every single video, elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care. Be free.